Hello everyone, welcome to my short tutorial on how to use switches to make icons and items. When you pick up items to make players get to certain objectives or points in your maps that you create. It took me so long to figure out how to do this, just because in the tutorials it really you'd have to like study the tutorials, and I just learned better by people actually showing me. But I figured it out to where I just doodled with it for a while and figured it out. So let's get started. All right, so there was a key right here. There was a red key I picked up, and as you can see, there's a key icon above the door now, a red key icon. So as soon as that opened up, the icon disappeared. Okay. For another example here, I'll give you another one. And now I have a arrow icon telling me where this piece is that I need to pick up. So we'll just go ahead and pick that up. And now it's telling me where to go to put it in. Now, of course, this is a box. You could set your key somewhere behind a hidden door, and then tell them, hey, this is where the key is, or have them look for it. It's up to you what you want to do. In the original Doom, I just remember like, oh, I ran up to a red door, and I was like, okay, well, now I gotta go find a red key. And when I found the red key, I'm like, oh god, where the hell is that red door? Because we went through a maze to try and find just that red key. So in order to help your players out, I would think it would be best just to maybe have them find the red key, but then just a reminder of where the red door is, or where the door is that they need to go into. Here's another one. This is the one where you can turn yourself into a demon. So now I'm demon, and as you can see, there's an icon on the screen saying change to human. So we just step on this plate, and it didn't work. Oh. I'm guessing I didn't set this up right. Oh, that's beautiful. Good tutorial. I might have inadvertently deleted the thing to make me change back, so we'll take a look at what I did wrong. This is why it's always good to test out your map before you do anything. But if that would have worked, I would have changed back to a demon. Oh, that's because what the hell happened to that setting? Huh. Well, I'll show you how to do that when we get back to it, because so this, when we get back to it on this other side, I'll show you how to set everything up, but here's the gist. So as you can see, I have some logic chains set up already. This is what's already been done, and as you saw previously, the icons popped up. The logic chains that you have to do is you just need a couple things. I mean, there's obviously different ways you can do it as far as what you want to accomplish for your goals or where you want your icons to be, but this is just a general use of what I use it for, and there's so many applications that you can use it for. But just to show you how to activate them and deactivate them, I'm going to walk you through it. Basically, your POI settings is what you're going to need, and that's linked to an activator, which is on touch by for the key. Now, these are the only really two that you have to worry about as far as activating your icon, because this is just telling you basically what you want to appear for your your POI setting or point of interest. So so what I did was I chose on this one, I chose a key, Dang it. Our key, which I probably just passed. There it is right there. I chose a key. And then I set my color to red because it was a red key. Kind of corresponds with what I was doing. And then I set up a cylinder here, but you can use a box trigger, sorry. That's fine too. And I'll explain all this on the other side. But it looks a little confusing. That's a lot of stuff. But as you do it more often, you'll get the hang of it. It's not rocket science, but it does get a little confusing. So I'll try and walk you through it and see. Hopefully it helps you out. All right, so over here is basically the same setup I have. Slight variation. I put the pad, the pressure plate behind there, just for future purposes. I'll show you why. So we're going to start with the key. So we're just going to open our menu here and grab the key. And replace our key here. Top of the wire spool. Now I put it a little bit above so that it's a little too high. So that when you spawn in and everything populates, your key doesn't drop underneath the wire spool. Because what happens if you put it on the wire spool, like if you drop it down to like right here, say okay, that's fine. If you don't do it right, it'll actually drop right through onto the floor. Because if you look at the setting for it, it says drop to ground. So apparently there's a barrier right here that prevents things from dropping through. But if you don't place it right, obviously the key's going to fall right through. So what I do is I just basically just put it just a little bit above so it just drops right on it. All right. So now we're going to create a logic chain. And on this logic chain, we're going to do on touch. So as soon as the player touches it, it's going to activate the POI setting. We're going to hit play. So we got that going, but this won't do it alone. We're going to need a box. So I'll actually just populate a box. So I can show you which one you can use. Sorry, I just sneezed there. All right, so this is a trigger box. So we're gonna go ahead and use this. Now be careful when you populate these. I've done it to where like I've hit 2 and made 2 of them. And the one that I actually used the logic chain on, for some reason, it didn't generate the icon. So just be careful that you don't make 2. All right, so I'm just gonna stick this up here. That's good enough. And then I'm gonna start another chain here on touch. I'm gonna run the chain up here. And I'm gonna put set point of interest. All right. So now the chain is basically on touch. It's telling the POI settings to populate. This key will make it a shield. How about that? We'll make it a shield. And we can change the color on it. So it's a red key, so I figure red is red door. The text, I really don't use the text. I don't see a point to use text unless you want to say something underneath it, but it's pretty self-explanatory once that icon pops up on their screen. Hey, that's where I gotta go. All right, so this isn't enough because if you use a key on the door, and you don't have, and it won't shut off. So we need to shut off. So we'll just go to the door, on open, and go on the box, and clear ports of interest. So as soon as that door opens, basically using the key on the door, it'll turn off the icon. All right. So, the next two. Move this a little closer. Just because, for tutorial purposes, I think it'll just make it easier. This one's going to set up basically the same, almost the same way as this one, but we're adding another element to it, which is the panel. Because we're going to need a power core for the power station. So what we're going to do first is we're going to, since we're using the panel, it's going to actually make a spawn. As soon as I can find, there we go. So we're going to spawn droppable item. Again, put it above the wire spool a little bit, because when it spawns, it's going to drop. All right. And you don't want it to drop in the wire spool because during gameplay you can't move this thing. All right. So on activation, we're going to spawn that item, and that item is going to be a red power core. That's all you need to do for that. Okay. Now, I'm not going to sit here and, unless these nodes get in my way, I'm going to move them. But for now, I'm just going to go about doing it. I arranged them for you guys over there for y'all's benefit over there. We'll take a look at that later. Okay, so the next step is we'll just use the same on use. And we'll just populate it up here, and we'll go to our. Actually, I'm going to move it over here because we're going to have to put the box. No, it's fine. Actually, okay. So we'll just put that there, play. All right. So we're good, right? We got our POI settings. We're going to choose an icon now. So it's going to be a power core, right? So in order not to confuse people, I just put a down arrow. Just be like, hey, come pick this up. You could actually put a text pickup, or power core, or you can even put a sound saying power core spawned or populated or something. Doesn't matter. You can do what you want. All right, so we chose the icon. We're just gonna go ahead and delete this text because it'll be there. It'll be there if you don't. It'll say POI text underneath if you don't erase it. Okay, so we got that. Okay, so now we're gonna need another box. So I'm just gonna go ahead and duplicate this one because it's just faster. And I want to put it above the station, the panel. I mean. Okay. So we're going to do the same exact thing that we did over here. We're just going to go on use to here, show icon. Okay. But now I just did a little different. Okay. So it's going to be on dropped item. So when when you can't do it from spawn, it won't let you for some reason. So we'll just do it from on drop. So when it drops, it triggers it and tells it, hey, actually, I'm sorry, I did that backwards, didn't I? Yep, sorry. Okay, that's the trigger, so it's going to give us the icon. I'm over the wrong crap. Sorry, put it over the item that you want them to see. Sorry. I almost messed that up. Alright, so that's fine. As soon as you push the button, boom, it populates. And then we'll go back in here and it's on pickup. So, and we'll turn it off. Oh crap, I think I did that too fast. Oh yeah, we're good. So, as soon as you pick it up, or the player picks it up, the icon's going to go away. Alright. Now, we're going to start another logic chain. And this is for the power station. On pickup. Another POI setting. Push play. Okay. We'll go back here. And then this one, these are pretty easy because it's a solid object, and we're just linking that to that, so it's pretty easy. So you just go right to here, boom, and now the action is going to be us putting the power core in, which is on given, right? And then you should go right back to the power station and turn it off. So now, if you see the chain, try and get it to, yeah, there we go. If you see the chain, boom, you put the power core in, goes up, okay. It's saying, okay, it gave me it, now I can clear the icon. All right. So here's a fun one that I had fun with one of my stages. So that's why I decided to put it in, which is the Doom Ruin. Changes you into a demon, which is fun. So we'll just do the same thing on pickup, POI setting. Okay. And I think I just remembered on this one, I didn't put a icon on. I didn't choose an icon, so we'll just put a power core, and then we'll make it red. There we go. I chose not to revert. That was a mistake, just in case you saw that. And this one here. Okay, it has a down arrow, but it would have been white. So I don't want it white, so we're gonna change it to green. There we go. Just double checking. Alright. So this one here, we're just gonna set at a down arrow again. Sorry, it's not used to this navigation through here. It's like I'm used to pushing X to enter, and it's actually like right directional pad or right analog stick, left analog stick, right direction. Okay, so we're gonna turn this one green. And did I choose an icon while I was talking? God, it's terrible. Yes, okay, down arrow. And then now here's where the text will come in, because not everybody's going to know, hey, if I step on this or if I move to this area, you don't always have to use a pressure pad. You can use anything, really. You can even use a box trigger. Like, if they walk through a certain area, it'll get them to change back to a human. So, and at some points, you might not even need to activate a trigger for a POI setting for that. So, I mean, there's so many things you can do, but this is just for tutorial purposes. All right, so the next thing is we're going to put in a change to human. There we go. All right, we got all our icons. Just want to double check. Okay. All right, so that's set. All right, so we're all set, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna on pickup, go all the way down here, and this one works like the power station. So you just boom on this one, then you go back into it, and then we'll put on entered. So when you step onto the plate, and then we'll just go right back down to the plate, and there's our chain for that, as you can see right here. All right, so that's beautiful. And then, all right, so that's that. So the thing that I forgot, and for some reason it got deleted, I don't know why, was how to change back to a human. So in case you guys don't know, I'm going to show you. So basically, you open your thing up, and player proxy. So you just set that up. Now that's not, obviously it's not going to work alone, so we need to link it up. So we're going to go inside, and we're going to switch the inputs to change race. And we're going to put one there on pickup. Go inside, do the same thing. Show inputs, flip it with the triangle button, change race. And now we're going to bring this one all the way back over here. And push X. And we'll do on enter again. And then, doesn't matter if your chains, your larger chains cross, like between, because it's not stopping there, it's going through it, so it's you know, it's not going to confuse the system, which is nice. All right. And the last thing that we have to do here is make sure that we change it to human here, because that one's going from the pad telling the player proxy to change back to a human. And then this one's coming from the ruin telling the player proxy to change to a demon. So we got to make sure that it is on demon. If you do it on auto, it kind of just, it's weird. It goes back and forth, back and forth. It doesn't stop. You'll keep going from human to demon. It just keeps going back and forth. So it's like a glitch. All right, so that's pretty much it. I think we got all our chains hooked up. So right now we're gonna go and test it. Okay, so we're gonna go see what's going on. All right, so now what we're gonna do is, since we did all that stuff on the other side, we're just gonna go over here and see if we did everything correctly. So we're gonna pick up this. Oh, I forgot to change the color, you see? Now I'm gonna have that stupid box there. So I opened the door, the thing went away. And I forgot to do it there too. So I'll go back and show you guys how to do that real quick, to make those boxes invisible. So yeah, as you see, now you can make the boxes smaller and put the boxes a little lower if you want. If you want the arrow to be like right here, but I mean it's pretty Hey, this spot obviously I gotta, and boom, you see that's right there. As I put it in, turns it off, and now for the demon rune. Yeah, something happened. Something geeked out right there. All right. So yeah, it's still learning progress for me. Obviously I'm kind of running through this. Yep. I put human instead of demon. Let's just make sure that that's okay. That's correct. All right, and then for this, it says transparent, but it's not. So what you got to do is you have to take all the color off. So once you do that, it's gone. See how it's gone? Do the same thing for this. There we go. That's gone. All right, let's try it again. Let's try it again real quick. Well, we know everything else works fine. It's just the demon rune that isn't working correctly. That is, for some reason, is giving me trouble, and it shouldn't, because I've done it a couple times. All right. All right. So it's not that one. So we're gonna pick that up. All right. So we just go to the demon rune because we know everything else. The boxes, you see, now the boxes are gone. So we're good. All right. So we're gonna. Oh. All right. Cool. So we changed the demon. Stop. And swing. Alright, so now we're just going to step on the plate. And boom, we're back to a human. And that pretty much does it for the tutorial. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you need help on anything, give me a shout out. I'll try and help you out. Like I said, I'm still learning as I'm going along, but I'll try and help out as much as I can. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next tutorial. Have a good one.